a negative emotion you bring to that conversation will never trigger a positive emotion between you two. And so what I've realized is it's in my best interest to do whatever I can to self-regulate before I enter a more undesirable conversation.
How do you do that, baby?
There's a handful of different ways. I try to always keep in mind that the other person is constantly doing what they believe is in their best interest, and that there may be more information to the story I've created in my head that would help me better understand where they're coming from. And that goes from, the most minor things in the world to the most major things. To know that we may not have the full piece of the puzzle yet allows for me to take a step back and not make nearly as many assumptions, which allows me to come at it at more of a loving lens of curiosity to understand why they did that or why they believe in that, whatever maybe that happened, as opposed to pointing a finger and being quick to shame to make the other person feel guilty by any means.
So it sounds like the first step you do is assuming good intentions.
Most definitely. Yeah.
Especially if it's someone in your life who you feel like you have a bond with, relationship with, whether it's your partner or a friend. If you just start by saying, I assume that this person is coming from love, and I assume that they did what they did, said what they said, or made me feel this certain way because they care about me and they love me, and they may have not intended to have the impact that they did. So if you just start from that very base layer of, I assume good intent from this person, then you can get more into understanding what it triggered within you that caused a reaction to make you even want to have this hard conversation, right? So then once you assume good intent, what's the next thing that you do?
Assuming good intent allows for me to process the situation in a very different way.
Ooh.
So oftentimes there is, as soon as I hear something that a loved one did, whether I heard it from them, saw the action from them, or heard it from another third party, there's a whirlwind of emotions that take place. And I know if I were to act upon those emotions of anger, of sadness, of shame, of guilt, whatever it was that it prompted within me, if I were to act upon that, like I said in the beginning, it's only going to lead to those exact same emotions amplified to the other person. And so what I've realized is that it's in my best interest to self-regulate by what I would call healing modalities, but simply just taking time to reflect, some solitude time, going on a walk. Every time I go for a walk, I come back to the house feeling lighter and feeling happier and feeling more relaxed and calm than when I started. So going for a walk, I love sauna and cold plunge. I do one of those sessions for 45 minutes and I feel like I could just release any emotion within me. I could think things through if necessary. But simply taking some space for oneself when they find out undesirable news allows us to really process it in a much more clean way. What I also like to do is something that's moving my body. So I'm not in my head. If I were to just hear some terrible news and then just stay at my computer desk and just start thinking about it the entire time, I'm just going to think my way into circles. If I want to move past something, I physically shouldn't be moving to do so. So that's what I've learned a lot. Like I said, going for a walk in the past is going for a run, moving my body in some way. Sometimes it's doing breath work, doing, certain meditation or breathwork practice to allow myself to just kind of release it and to allow a solution, if that's what's necessary, to come to my mind and find me, as opposed to me trying to frantically find it. And so ever since I've adopted or implemented that into my life, for the far majority of interactions I've had, it has made the situation so much better. And it made me realize that what I heard, number one, may not be the true story. And it definitely probably isn't the full story.
Yeah.
And so I currently, for the far majority of information we have in life, is insufficient. And so to get the whole piece of the puzzle, we need to oftentimes go to the source of that pain, of that undesirable emotion, and ask questions out of curiosity. Shine light on the newfound information you've been given by someone else or by them, but then also ask from a lens of, curiosity and just overall wanting to understand better, other than wanting to point the finger, has allowed for me to not turn what could have been a war or a battle. It allowed me to just keep it as a loving, clarifying conversation. But the number one thing I've learned is just take your own time for yourself. Thank you all for watching the last video. if you want to watch another one, you can click here, here, or somewhere over here. That's it for today. Sending much love your way.